miss that quick shifter though. I'm glad he put the baffle back in. Holy shit, quick shifters are wild. Oh, I love it. I'm in love. And it does feel like a supermoto too. Oh, and you can lug the piss out of it. Definitely buying it. Definitely buying it. Let's see. I don't even know what gear I'm in. I'm in third, and I just lugged the shit out of it from like 20. And it doesn't really feel that heavy too. I mean, it's definitely heavier than the 701 was. Let's see, finds neutral all right. Let me just hop off here and look at it real quick. Blue chain. No weird ticking, so the cam chain is good. Fuck yeah. Also, how y'all like the new camera? Got a GoPro Hero 10. This just feels great to be riding. You are definitely coming home with me. Quick shifter he's got on here, but a lot of people complained about the lag. There's like no lag. It is instant. I'm probably going to leave the baffle in. It's pretty loud to me right now, and I have my hearing aids turned off, which, you know, that's we'll get into that in another video. Your boy wears hearing aids now. Set in yet. It hasn't set in yet that I have a bike again. But man, this feels good. This feels so damn good. It really does. So what is up, everybody? It's your boy, MotardSteve. I mean FZ-09 Steve. Oh man, I love this thing, and I've had it only for like 2 minutes now. It is awesome. But how's everybody been doing? How's everybody doing? It's been a while. I haven't rode a motorcycle, made a video in about 3 years, almost to the day. For some of you that may not know, in 2021, I was living in some apartments, and right before I moved out of them, after living there for about a year and a half, my Grom and my 701 were stolen. Literally 2 days before we moved. That was a pretty traumatic experience. As someone who doesn't really come from any type of money, always had a poor family, always had to work and grind and scrape by for every penny. You know, having those bikes was almost like a financial accomplishment for me. And add insult to injury, I just paid the Husky off right before it happened. So, yeah. Like literally, it got stolen and the title for it came in like a day or two later. And I was like, yay, I own nothing. It was rough, man. I was working a 9 to 5 at some dead-end pool place. Was absolutely going nowhere. That happened. It was a dark time. Oh my God, the fact that it can just go at the drop of a hat is absolutely amazing. So let me catch you guys up. So the bikes were stolen 2021, and pretty much my YouTube, as far as motovlogging, ceased to exist. I did carry on and do a couple music things here and there, because that is the other thing I'm passionate about other than riding. So I did the music videos and stuff like that. And in the meantime, I kept working that dead-end crappy pool job. And then, pretty much, if it wasn't for my partner, I probably wouldn't be in the position I am right now. She constantly motivated me and pushed me to like, hey, let's go into business for ourselves. Let's do this. We can do this. Together, we can do this. And I was hesitant. Again, financial trauma. Go figure. Because when you go into business for yourself, it's all on you, which that could be a whole nother video, being an entrepreneur, but it's all on you, but also that's a pro and a con when it comes down to it. But long story short, started a business in 2022. Actually, at the end of May, we're coming up on 2 years in business, and it is thriving. Case in point, that's how this happened. Bought this straight out. No financing, have the title, everything. This is as good as mine. And I couldn't be happier. I've missed riding for the last 3 years. It's such a great outlet for me. And I've just really missed it, man. My beard is flying up my helmet and into my nose. It is quite the feeling. Oh, dude, I love that you can lug this thing too. Like I got in 6th gear, just cruising at 60. And unlike most bikes that bog down and are just like struggling, this thing just starts going. So starting the business, the first year was a struggle bus, as any new business is. Getting established, figuring out how to not only operate a business, but do the marketing, especially when you do it with a partner, finding your rhythm, finding the division of labor, like who's responsible for what. And also, for me at least, I'm a bit of a control freak. I've always been an independent kind of mindset, like I'm gonna do everything myself. I don't thrive in like team environments. It's always like, I got me, I'm gonna do this. So there was a struggle in the beginning of me and my partner kind of just butting heads because I'd constantly overstepped her boundaries and put my nose into her part of the business. And yeah, just a lot of insecurity, and it was rough. But I'd say about a year and a half in, I think it dawned on me that like, hey, you've done it. It's not going anywhere. I haven't worked for anybody else in over a year, and I don't miss it one bit. So I say all that to say that I have a successful, thriving business now, and it has changed me for the better. I've been able to start healing and dealing with a lot of my trauma. It has caused me to mature. Woo! Boom! Well, it's stable. Which brings me to doing YouTube. Used to be, I did YouTube with the hope that it could turn into some kind of financial security, some kind of financial benefit to where I could just do YouTube and make something of it. You know, even if it was just partly supplement my income, the goal was to have it completely supplement my income. But since I have my business, and not saying you can't make the kind of money I'm making now on YouTube, you definitely can, but with the adpocalypse and how YouTube has pretty much turned on motovlogging. A couple people that I still follow and some new people that I've followed have talked about it, how you can't really do excessive speeds, you can't do wheelies, you can't do anything like that without YouTube just completely destroying any traction or getting into the algorithm and taking off. They just completely destroy it once it's demonetized or ad restricted. And it doesn't take much to get a motovlogging video ad restricted. And what that has led to is you basically have to play by YouTube's rules. You have to be inauthentic to try to make a living off of this. And in hindsight, I thought, oh yeah, that's fine, whatever, but now that I run my own business, I make the rules. I choose who, when, and where I work. If someone's a pain in the ass, I say, sorry, don't want to work for you. Not happening. Someone has a request that I don't agree with or don't want to do, I'm like, nah, not happening. But with YouTube, they don't want you to do wheelies, they don't want you to speed. All right, well, I want to make a living off of this. So the only really option you have is start a Patreon, and those more edgy videos, if you will, you put on Patreon and have people pay a subscription to see those. You can't really do that kind of stuff on YouTube anymore and expect to be okay. Everyone's talked about it. All the like stunt riders and more hooligan type riders that post videos on YouTube, they've all been hurt financially by the corporation choosing what is and isn't okay on their platform. And that's not something I want to adhere to. Well, let's address the elephant in the room. Is MotardSteve back? Will I be making regular content again? And the answer to that is yes and no. So let me explain. Yes, I will be making content more regularly than I have been in the last 3 years. You know, maybe a video a week, maybe a video every 2 weeks. It just kind of depends on what's going on between the business side, the family side, the band side. Caveat, I didn't mention that with a little life update. I play in a local technical deathcore band now, denounced disgraced. I will be making videos more regularly than I have been in the last 3 years. But since I'm not of the mindset of like, I need to make this work, I need to make this like some kind of job, or I need to be able to make some kind of income off of this, I'm just gonna have fun with it, which means I'm not gonna be stressed about, oh, I gotta post regularly, or the algorithm's not gonna like me, or oh, I've gotta go out of my way to make these really like catchy, like attention-grabbing videos. I mean, obviously I don't want to make boring videos, but when I was riding the Supermoto and the Brom, there was a part of me that felt inauthentic because I guess the word is like I was being a try-hard. I can't think of a better word for it, but just pretty much like I would make videos not for the passion of it and the fun of it, but for trying to get views, what's going to get the most views, what's going to do good in the algorithm. And the problem with that is it can lead you into like what I call creator's depression, because when a video you put a lot of work into and a lot of effort into either doesn't do good or doesn't meet your expectations, no matter how realistic or unrealistic they may be, or YouTube completely squashes its momentum by ad restricting it because you did a wheelie or something they don't like, which they never tell you what it is they don't like. They never give you any kind of feedback to like try and not get hit and flagged by their monetization crap. They never tell you. It's like being in a relationship with an abusive partner that doesn't communicate their boundaries and their expectations effectively. They just expect you to know, and you never know what's going on, and you just feel unstable and out of control. That's what it's like trying to do YouTube for the sake of breaking through the algorithm and having something happen. So yes, I'm still going to put effort into videos, of course. Like, I got a brand new GoPro here. I've got a media mod on it, so hopefully, I haven't, you know, reviewed this footage yet, but hopefully when I review this footage, the audio is real nice. And I got an ND filter on here now, so hopefully that makes it super cool and cinematic. So I am going to be trying to make really good content and, you know, entertaining content. But long story short, I'm doing this for me and solely me. So I may post once a week. I may post once every 2 weeks. I may go a month without posting. I may post 2-3 times a week at some points. I am happy to be back making content because it is a cap. I am happy to be back making content because I've missed it. I've missed the interaction, talking with my subscribers. I've missed just the vlogging aspect. I find it meditative. I mean, riding is meditative as is. I suffer from anxiety a good bit, and when I'm riding, my anxiety is like non-existent because you have to be eyes up, focusing. You got to be paying attention to everything around you because you're invisible on a motorcycle, especially in like busy, booming population areas like Charleston or tourist areas. There's tourists around here, they don't know where they're going, they're lost, they're distracted, they're on their phone. Last thing they're going to be doing is looking for a guy on a motorcycle. So you got to be constantly aware of what's going on at all times. So it's very meditative in that sense, but also it can be very therapeutic when you have the vlogging aspect, because whatever's jumbling around in your head, you can get it out. Now, whether that makes it on to a video or not, I mean, whatever. But I'm the kind of person that talks to myself a lot, and when I'm in my helmet and got my visor on, I feel, I'm working on this for sure, but I feel way more secure with just blabbing about whatever and just kind of being myself. It's like the kid from Big Daddy, you know, when he's insecure and he doesn't want to meet, what is it, Adam Sandler's ex-girlfriend in the movie. And he's like, here, wear these sunglasses and you'll be invisible. So this helmet and this visor are like my sunglasses. I'm an older Julian riding a motorcycle. I need my helmet sometimes to let out my most authentic self. Now I am working on it. The hearing aids have definitely helped with my confidence and my social confidence. If you ever conversated with me in the past in person, you may have noticed I'm like kind of awkward socially, and like you could be talking about something and I wasn't very good at like speaking up and telling people like, hey, I didn't hear that, or what was that? Because I feel like a burden and kind of feel shameful that like, why can't my ears just work? I don't understand. And again, you know, I probably would have never got hearing aids or finally addressed it if it wasn't for my partner just being like, all right, I can't stand not being able to communicate with you effectively. I'm telling you things and I'm thinking you're hearing me, and then when we make plans and I feel like you're shitting on my plans, come to find out you just never heard my plans to begin with. Like, something's got to give. And like, I understand it now. Being a business owner, being like, you have to be a marketing agent, you have to be a salesman, you have to become all these things. You have to wear all these little hats when you become a business owner. And if you can't hear to communicate, you're like, you're done for. It's just an uphill battle, man. Man, the suspension on this thing is really cushy. It just soaks up these horribly maintained South Carolina roads super easily. This is beautiful though right here. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, my beard is in my visor, not outside. My beard is tickling my forehead at the moment. That's interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to get the selfie camera. I still have my old, can't talk. I still have my old GoPro Hero 7 Black that I'm going to use as my selfie camera now. So now my selfie camera will be able to film 4K 60. The GoPro Hero 10 goes all the way up to 5.3K, but I think I'm gonna leave it at 4K for space savings on the SD card, and as well as they say when you film at like max resolutions on some of these newer GoPros, they tend to try to overheat. Now granted, in a moto vlogging setting, there's a crap ton of airflow, so they probably stay pretty cool. The guy that sold this bike to me, I'm really appreciative of him, because he really did me a solid. He held it for a week, because I've been so busy business-wise. Which, let me go ahead and address another elephant in the room. You're gonna hear me always and forever refer to my business as my business. I do not want my business associated with my online persona. The online world has become so malicious and polarized with ideas and opinions that I can make a video going too fast for someone's liking, and they put two and two together that, oh, he's the owner of yada 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 yada, or the co-owner of this. I'm gonna go to his Google or his Facebook, and I'm gonna get all my friends to just review bomb and slander his business, because people will do that. Case in point, my buddy Kendall. You guys remember Kendall? Which I cannot wait to tell Kendall all about this damn thing. I'm gonna have to get some different grips. I need some pillow tops, man. My right hand is definitely feeling a little numbing sensation, and again, that could be from work, because of my work, I do use my hands a lot. So could be a little overuse sensation. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the business specifically, other than, you know, just general stuff like, hey, I've been really busy this week, or hey, yeah, I had this really tough interaction with a client, or whatever. But I would never name or show my business on this channel, because, like I said, people are malicious and dickheads and crybabies. Sorry, my buddy Kendall bought I think it was a Grom engine from a guy, because his Grom engine like shit the bed or something, and the guy sold him an engine that was not as described. So my buddy Kendall used PayPal, because he's smart, and he used PayPal's refund policy to get like a partial refund. Well, the guy didn't like that he wasn't able to rip my friend off. So he goes into the Grom community, blasts Kendall's Facebook profile, and literally all of his little buddies get together, go to Kendall's profile, start harassing him, sending him messages. Kendall has where he works posted on his profile. They go to his work's Google page and start downvoting the hell out of it with 1-star reviews, calling them thieves, and just slandering the hell out of this. And I'm pretty sure eventually Kendall reached out to that guy and was like, hey, if you don't get your buddies, all you guys are getting sued for slander. Like, straight up. I've already got the lawyer contacted and everything. And the guy was like, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was gonna happen. Like, you know, just like, fucking, what'd you think, guy? What did you think was gonna happen? I mean, you're in a Grom group, which, don't get me wrong, I love my Grom, I miss my Grom, I'll probably have another Grom. Something about having a Grom and just pinning a slow bike just all the way out is absolutely insane. Just insanely fun, man. But a lot of the Grom riders, because it is kind of a pretty easy bike, a lot of younger guys get into it, so they're not the most mature bunch, just by default. So, like, what did you think was going to happen, guys? So, I don't really want to press my luck with any of that, so I think it's just best to completely separate it completely. But a little bit about the bike. So, it's a 2017 FZ-09 in white, and I fucking love it. He did say the last guy like put this little scratch here and that scratch. I'm just gonna take a white paint marker and, you know, do that. It's bound to happen with a bike this age. Hell, I looped my Husky the first month I had it, scratched up the plastic and just dinged it all up. So yeah, but it's a 2017 FZ-09. I think ASV levers, maybe. Got an RSC coming for it. I may or may not even use the RSC. I don't know. I mean, I do like this clutch lever. It's not that hard to pull. It is ECU flashed, and the governor is deleted. No, I will not show you in this video what the top speed is, but from what I've seen, when you delete the governor or the speed limiter, it will hit over 140. I don't really know where it caps out. Maybe we'll find out eventually if the time and place strikes. Airbox mod, quick shifter, which I've never rode a bike with a quick shifter, and while I know it's not necessary, when you're hauling ass, this thing is really dialed in. There's no lag. It's just wah, bah, bah. Like, I mean, you don't have to let off the throttle. It takes some getting used to, but it is so much fun to just bang through the gears while this thing is hauling, dude. Austin Racing exhaust, it currently has the baffle in it, which, by the way, not that I think any of my old sumo riding buddies will watch this. Maybe they will. I don't know. We haven't really kept in contact since moving. We've kind of drifted apart socially, which is fine. I mean, it happens. But you guys were right. Before I got hearing aids, my Husky and my Grom, they were probably too loud. I probably should have put a baffle in them. If anything, they probably contributed to me being deaf, to be honest with you. So, you guys were right. So, I'm happy to say this guy sent this, or installed the baffle in this, because he was like, you know, I thought you might want it. So, and I was like, you know what, I definitely don't mind it, you know, because I do plan to ride this bike with Jack, my fiance. Damn, that's another thing. Holy shit, there's so many updates to tell you guys. I'm engaged. And I know what you're thinking, oh, dude, again? But no, this time it's different. Not that my ex will watch this video. Would be kind of funny if she did. But I owe her an apology. I was really hurt when all the shit went down. And I was really unfair and tried to blame her for a lot. I mean, there was some infidelity there. I don't know if it was physical. All right, well, got to figure that out a little better. Love this quick shifter. It's so fucking cool. Oh man, I keep forgetting I have it. Not like there's a big quick shifter light right there in my face. But I owe her an apology. I blamed her for a lot, and because I was hurt and upset, which, by the way, full disclosure, guys, if you're in a relationship and it's not working out, pro tip, not full disclosure, but pro tip, have a difficult conversation, and if you can't work it out, just break up. Don't cheat on people. It destroys people mentally, especially if you already have kind of a low self-worth or a wounded inner child. It's really not great. It really sucks. But I say all that to say that I was hurt and I was angry, and it took me about a year and a half to finally, I guess, fully work through it. And I see the flaws where that caused the situation that happened. No, there's never really an excuse ever to cheat on someone. It's just such a shitty thing to do. But if they're like emotionally unavailable and your partner just isn't really respecting your boundaries, even if they're doing it purposely or they're just kind of blind to it and they don't understand, they can't see it, like after a while it's like, what are you gonna do? Like sometimes that relationship just falls apart and you just have to do the right thing and break it off. So I see how I contributed to that situation, although I'm not saying like, oh, I give you a pass for tearing my heart out like that by doing such a thing. But also, I understand. I can say that much, I understand. Since being with my fiance Jack, I've become a big believer of kind of the karmic nature of life and the universe in general. That heartbreak and that, oh, I'm in 5th gear. I should probably shift up. That had to happen to propel me forward into this. If that never would have happened, I'd probably be with her still, you know, just kind of going through life aimlessly. Probably would have ended up having a kid with her, and we would have probably ended up splitting up eventually anyway, because when I pick it all apart, we just weren't really compatible and we wanted different things. With my fiance now, things are different. We communicate way better. We just work through our shit. I'm not saying everything's just like gold, because that's a red flag. If you have any couple, I don't care who they are or what personality they have, if you have any couple that says, oh, we don't really ever fight or we don't really have any disagreements, we just get each other and just everything's working out, they're full of shit, or someone's not being honest. Someone in the relationship is holding back and not being honest. Like, every relationship has conflict. If you don't have conflict, it means you both just don't have good boundaries or are insecure and not being real. Like, every relationship has boundaries that you have to find, you have to cross sometimes to realize that exists, and you have to set those. So if that's not happening, like, you might want to pay attention, because you're probably in like not a great relationship, even though you feel like you are. But I say all that to be like, I would not be where I am without her love and her support and her fucking patience with me, because I am a headache and a half, and I know it. I don't know if she'll watch this. This video is going to be long as hell, but I just want to say, Jack, if you watch this, I love you.